And girls, welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel, and welcome back to the fourth day of content in a row. So if you are enjoying this, do be sure to drop some love on the channel for us. That would be absolutely fantastic, But today we are here for the big game of the weekend. No, it's not Chelsea versus Burnley. It most certainly isn't Chelsea versus Burnley. It is the Manchester derby. And you might say, look, Sam, Manchester United are washed up at the moment. What are they going to be able to do today against Manchester City? Well, just you wait. So much is riding on it for both of these teams. Manchester United wanting to fight for a top four position, and Manchester City, a win today puts them back 6 points ahead of Liverpool, despite Liverpool having a game in hand on them. So they really need a win today, and well, the stakes could not be higher for either side. So do be sure, if you haven't already, get your score predictions in the chat and let me know what you think into today's game. We've already seen today in the earlier kickoff, we saw Arsenal just about scrape through past Watford. Watford put up a good fight in that game, and a wonder goal by the sounds of things from Cuco Hernandez, which made it 1-1 at half-time, but then 2-1 at half-time, but Arsenal, they did manage to hold on despite a late goal from Moussa Sissoko. Going loco, down with Moussa Sissoko. Needs work. But that's enough chat. Let's talk about Manchester United and Manchester City. And we do have the teams on the screen for us right here, ladies and gents. Here are the teams on the screen, and the big omission today, of course, is that man who is sat behind me on this screen. Afternoon, Oliver, how are we doing? This man, this man isn't on the team sheet for today. I do believe, if I double check it correctly before I lead you on with false information, where has that gone? Ronaldo out of Manchester derby, and Elanga starts instead. That's all you need to know. Cristiano Ronaldo is out, and what a big change that could be. Just looking at it, just looking on Sky Sports from Jamie Redknapp, the Ronaldo absence does change the dynamic of United. They'll look at what Spurs did to City and a couple of weeks ago with someone coming in deep and have runners beyond. And apparently it is to do with a hip injury. But just as Roy Keane says here on Sky Sports, it doesn't quite add up. It doesn't quite make sense. And rumours escalating from the Manchester United dugout that it is in fact as a result of Ronaldo not wanting to play, and a few changing room bust-ups is probably the best way to say it, with him being so important. But let's talk about the rest of the teams for today. I know that is a massive one for Manchester United to be missing Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greats of Premier League football, and big blow for Manchester City. No Ronaldo. I don't think it's a big blow for Manchester City, Oliver. I don't think it's a big blow for Manchester City at all, but it's definitely a big blow for Manchester United. And these are the two teams for today. Of course, we are at the Etihad Stadium for this Super Sunday. I mean, if you want it to still be Saturday, I definitely could. I could do with an extra day off, but it isn't. It is Sunday. And kicking us off in goal for Manchester City is Ederson, of course. Then the four at the back is Kyle Walker, expected, John Stones, Aymeric Laporte, and João Cancelo. Have I missed something there with Ruben Diaz, or is he on the bench? Is this a change? No, Ruben Diaz is still out. So there we are. So John Stones is preferred to Zinchenko or Fernandinho in that defensive position, and surprisingly, Nathan Ake not named among the substitute, but preferred over Fernandinho. Fernandinho, of course, did fill in that role whilst there was a few injury problems last year. Was it last year? Maybe the year Liverpool won the league. That probably adds up a little bit better. But looking at this midfield as well for Manchester City, looking at this midfield role for Manchester City, of course, we know one player who is going to play in that midfield. Of course, Rodri isn't going to be playing in that false 9 position. But we do also have Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez and Bernardo Silva all on the pitch for Manchester City. Expect fluidity. I think the only player we can probably... I say this every time, but Kevin De Bruyne does that number 9, that false 9 role pretty well. He does do it quite well, doesn't he, Kevin De Bruyne? Phil Foden's also played there a few times. I think it'll be Mahrez off the right. Jack Grealish tends to play off that left-hand side. But the other 3, Foden, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, I expect to see a couple of changes going through that midfield. Oliver's put, no, it's a big blow for no, it's a big blow, no Ronaldo for City. It's like he doesn't play for Manchester United recently. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, actually. That is a good point. Bit trolling, but a good point, I must say. But yeah, so that is how City lineup. Of course, we know that they don't play with a recognised striker anymore, and it's almost like Manchester United wanted to match that today. And as you can see, they are doing that today. In goal with David De Gea. The 4 at the back is Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. A defensive foursome that really have come under a lot of criticism this season, rightly or wrongly, but maybe not in the best of form. But on their day, definitely more than capable of stopping those attacking the attacking trio of Manchester City, but we haven't maybe seen them on their day for a little while now, have we? Fred and Scott McTominay are then the 2 in defensive midfield. Scott McSauce, a player again, another one who's probably criticised more than he should do, and Fred has really been the best player under Ralph Ragnick. I've still not nailed that name. I cannot wait for him to go upstairs at Manchester United so I don't have to try and pronounce his name once again. And Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho are starting in the 3. Whether Elanga will play off that left-hand side and then maybe Bruno moves further forward, Pogba comes inside. We'll wait and see. But Paul Pogba, as we know, has featured for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on that left-hand side. And he does a good job, but I think Pogba's best position is either that holding or sort of box-to-box midfielder, being able to use his physicality well, which is obviously important for the way that Paul Pogba plays. Good strength, good feet on the ball, and able to dribble out. On the left-hand side, he's a little bit isolated, but of course, without Ronaldo today, Elanga having to step up, and by the looks of things, they have named Elanga as their starting striker. SofaScore has. Whether that is actually the case, we'll have to wait and see, because, as we all know, SofaScore sometimes can get it wrong, and of course sometimes I can get it wrong as well, and so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if that is actually the case. They've of course got Eddie Cavani, who is still out as well, and of course the less said about these two the better. On the bench, I'm trying to think, the only person I can think of who would maybe come on as a striker would be Marcus Rashford for Manchester United. So they do look a little bit light up front, unlike Manchester City, who seem to have numerous players who can play in that false 9, including Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Ilkay Gundogan, who are all players that are on the bench today, that are impact players that can do well. The 5, I think we're on 3 subs at the moment, but if they had 5 substitutions, Zinchenko, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. Not a bad bench to be having there for Manchester City. And then as we look on the Manchester United bench, Eric Bailly, Phil Jones. Look at that rating. He's not played much this season, but when he's played, he's made an impact. Diego Dalot and Marcus Rashford, Nemanja Matic, Jesse Lingard and Juan Mata yet to make an appearance for Manchester United in the league this season. And now if we just have a scroll down and look at what that Arsenal game means for the league table so far, as you can see, Arsenal have 2 games in hand now and, well, could have 3 games in hand at the end of this with a point ahead if Manchester City come out and destroy like they did in the last round of the last set of these games. They, of course, beat Manchester United 2-0. João Cancelo played absolutely phenomenally in that game. And that was really, really testament to where Manchester City were. And that's when we sort of thought, Manchester City, these are the team to beat. Liverpool and Chelsea were up there, but their form wavered, and Manchester City now still at the top of the league. Oliver says he's going with 3-1 to Manchester City. Phil Jones, but him as a striker. I mean, Phil Jones, he'd do anything, wouldn't he, to play for Manchester United? He would do anything. He is. I love his work rate, Phil Jones. I do love his work rate. He's absolutely fantastic when it comes to it. But just to talk about this league table, of course, if Manchester United get a victory today, that piles the pressure on particularly Chelsea and Arsenal to get their results. If Arsenal have a game in hand over Chelsea, which would put them on 51 points, them on 53. Obviously, Manchester United will have played 3 more games than Arsenal, 2 more games than Chelsea. So the likelihood is that this is now in Arsenal and Chelsea's hands. It's their 3rd and 4th place to lose, but I'm sure Tottenham with their 25 games will have something to say about that. But the form that they've been in, you cannot predict what's going to happen for Tottenham. And then at the top of the table, I'm sure Liverpool are going to be backing Manchester United today. I'm sure it's weird for every Liverpool fan up and down the country, but I am sure that they will be doing that because at the end of the day, if United get a result or even a draw here, Liverpool play that game in hand and they're 1 point behind, or they're equal on points with Manchester City, and they would have a better goal difference. So it is absolutely all to play for today. It really is kind of a 6-pointer. It kind of is a 6-pointer because it's actually been a mental season, the way that City stormed into that 10-point lead. And then all of a sudden, Liverpool, just with a bit of a sneak attack, might be able to get something back here for them and get themselves back into the title race. And Chelsea sat in 3rd. They need to win their game, of course. They need to win their game. Stu says Pep should have opted with Sterling and Gundogan to go with Foden and the Poundland Grealish with his... Nice. I mean, I think it's a bit weird, the lack of Raheem Sterling. I think, for me, Sterling has to be a starter. I know what you mean. But I guess when you've got that kind of talent, it might be a bit of sort of man management in that sense, because they've got the amount of players that they've got. It might be that Pep's gone, look, I owe him some game time, and maybe that's where we're sitting currently. But let us know your... score prediction, Stu. Let us know your score prediction. Oliver's obviously gone with 3-1, as we can see in the chat. I shall go with... What shall I go with for today's game? Let me swap back screens, and then I can get the football all loaded up as well. Let me swap back. Here we are with Cristiano Ronaldo sat behind me. He's more than likely... I'm probably closer to him now than he is to the the pitch at the Etihad. I am going to go with... What am I going to go with? I am going to go with 2-1 Manchester United. 2-1 Manchester United. I know it's crazy. You can call me crazy and you can call me stupid, whatever you want to say. But I just think United, today of all days, it's a cup final. We've seen United do crazier things, haven't we? Haven't we? I think we have. I really think we have. I remember there was a couple of seasons ago where they were nowhere near Manchester City and they were 2-0 down in the first half, and all of a sudden it was 3-2 come the second half. So I think we've seen crazier things. Well, from both Manchester sides we've seen crazier things, but we've definitely seen crazier things from Manchester United. And who knows? It's going to be exciting. I am looking forward to it. If you are watching, guys, do be sure to get in the chat for us and... let us know what your thoughts are on this game. Thank you to those who are watching currently. And make sure you smash that like button for us and do subscribe if you are new. Etihad Stadium looking fantastic in the nice sunshine across Manchester. I find it a little bit baffling actually that Manchester is only 20 miles away from where I am currently, but it feels, because of the train times, it feels so much further away. It takes about 40 minutes to get there on the train. It feels so much further away than what it actually is. And both teams wearing, Manchester United wearing a no war top, and Manchester City wearing a top with the Ukrainian badge on. So both showing their respect and their passion, compassion should I say, towards what is going on in Ukraine. The teams are being led out by Harry Maguire and Kevin De Bruyne. I definitely know who I would prefer to be my captain. Definitely not Harry Maguire. But it's interesting, isn't it, this one? The way that it's all set up for Manchester United, for Manchester City. I feel like this happened last year as well, where we were all like, it's a huge Manchester derby. All of a sudden, Manchester City turned up, wiped the floor with them, absolutely wiped the floor. Oh, excuse me. I've been running, and so I'm trying to catch up on air. I think that's why I'm hiccuping a little bit. But, yeah. So hopefully I don't hiccup too much. Let's just see how this one has set it up. So this one, this graphic is set up with Bernardo Silva in midfield and Phil Foden as the false nine, with Jack Grealish off the left, as I suggested. Jack Grealish off the left, Mahrez off the right. They are the only two of that sort of three, well, that five, in terms of De Bruyne, Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva, who don't tend to play as that centre forward. So Mahrez, obviously brilliant, cutting in off that right hand side on his left foot. And let's see how Manchester United are looking to set up. On here they've gone with a 4-3-2-1 with Bruno Fernandes almost as a false nine in this formation, with Elanga off the right, Sancho off the left, and then Pogba, Fred and McTominay across the midfield. Maybe we'll see a diamond with that, maybe move Sancho further forward. But without Ronaldo, and of course with Rashford on the bench, and no, he who shall not be named, there is a distinct lack of strikers, of course. Edison Cavani out injured as well at the moment. There is a distinct lack of strikers for Manchester United, and as a result, they are going to have to play against the team who, I can't think of a better team to play up against than the team who doesn't play any strikers anyway. But the team who does it best is the best way to say it. The team who most certainly does it best. We are a couple of minutes away from kickoff, and it should be a good game. I am looking forward to this game. I am most certainly looking forward to this game. Absolutely. So I'm going 2-1 United, and Oliver has gone with 3-1 Manchester City. And let me know who you think the first goal scorer will be. Let me know who you think it will be, because I think it's going to be an interesting one, the way that this sets up. I think Manchester United will want it. They'll want to stop their closest rival in terms of the league. They'll want to stop them in terms of, maybe not the league, but in terms of locality, stop them from winning another division. But does that then hand it or lend itself to Liverpool winning it and one of their fiercest rivals of all time? It's a weird one. It really is a weird one. It's hard to weigh up what Manchester United will be going through their heads, because they might go, well, if we take 3 points off them, it maybe plays more into Liverpool, Chelsea's hands. Of course, Chelsea 10 points behind Liverpool in that second place with a game in hand. But it plays a little bit more into their hands, and maybe that... It's a difficult time to be a United fan. Your three arch enemies from the last 20, 30 years, all above you, all closer than you are to winning anything this season. And we're just having a round of applause. Well, a moment to remember and a moment of compassion towards people who are suffering, and lots of Ukrainian flags out and about at the moment. Good to see a lot of passion towards that country at the moment. Hopefully City win, so they don't have to worry about winning versus Palace on Monday. I mean, Crystal Palace are a bit of a banana skin for some of these bigger sides. I remember the Battle of Crystanbul, I'm sure you do, Oliver, from when... actually, you might not. You might have been a bit too young to recall this one. but Cristambul, when Liverpool were on their way to winning that first league title, and all of a sudden, after Stevie G slipped, a couple of things happened, a couple of things changed. Sam, you're behind. Yes, I'm always behind, Oliver. I'm always behind. I'm usually about 30 seconds a minute behind, which is why I haven't started my timer as of yet. And also, the actual stream is also behind slightly as well, so you guys get me, or at least on my phone it comes through about 30 seconds after, so then it also looks like I'm about a minute and a half behind. We can do the double over City. That's what Liverpool fans will be hoping and believing, and I'm sure your good mate Fraser will be hoping and believing the same thing. Bruno Fernandes about to get us underway here for an intense Manchester derby. I'm looking forward to it. They take the knee for Black Lives Matter because, of course, that is still very, very relevant in society and in football at the moment, despite all of the things going on. Racism is still something that needs to be tackled. And Bruno Fernandes gets us underway in the Manchester derby. Manchester derby. Palace beat Liverpool 3-1 on Gerrard's last game at Anfield. And he lost 6-1, didn't he, on his final ever game against Stoke. So Stevie G didn't have the greatest of time in his final game against Manchester United. He got sent off for a stamp on the Herrera as well, if I do recall correctly. But we are underway. And the Etihad Stadium, where I will be on Wednesday night for a nice Champions League night, is, I'm going to say, quite full from what I can see at the moment. I'm sure they'll pan to part of the stadium that is empty. United starting early, putting on a bit of a press on the Manchester City defenders. City, at the moment, no real problems 45 seconds into the game. They've just eased off a little bit there. Manchester United don't want to go all hell for leather instantly and cause themselves a few problems. Here's João Cancelo. That being said, Manchester United keeping them in their own half here, and they've had to go back to Edison for the second time already in this game, Manchester City. De Bruyne flicks it round the corner to Kyle Walker. Walker being marked closely by Fred. Intrigued to see how Fred plays today, because I know there's a lot of players, or a lot of people who negatively criticise Fred. And Yusuf has just convinced me that I am Team Fred, and I see what he brings. I know he's a bit clumsy and he can be a bit clunky sometimes, Fred, but he puts in a good shift, and for me that is one of the most important things. Put in a good shift for your team. That is one of the most important things. If you can do that, then for me, I'm going to love you forever. Even if the performances aren't necessarily great, if you look like you're giving 100%, then I will absolutely love it. Here is Paul Pogba driving into a little bit of space here. Drops it off to Elanga, who finds Scott McTominay. Back into Paul Pogba here, who seems to be quite advanced at the moment. Much to the contrary of the belief that that the graphic had shown at the beginning. If Sterling was playing, Wan-Bissaka would pocket him as he usually does. But with Sterling, the thing is, Sterling's so unpredictable. One day you get this world-class winger like we saw for England, and then some days you get a player who looks a shadow of his former self. That's probably the nicest way to put it. I'm a big believer that Raheem Sterling is a world-class player. I just think sometimes the occasion gets a little bit too big for him, and sometimes he can go missing in big games. But just like Salah did yesterday, Salah did go a little bit missing yesterday in that West Ham United game. I was sat there hoping and praying for some FPL points, but did not come. Afternoon, Fraser. How are your nerves, mate? Are you nervous for this one? I can imagine you've got Manchester United on your mind at the moment. For the first time ever, probably. For the first time ever. 3 minutes in, United getting themselves on the ball a little bit here. Pogba rolls it into Fred, who finds McTominay and switches it nicely. Really nicely switched. Telles drives, gallops into a bit of space. Hi, Ultimate Soft Gaming. How are we doing? Here's Victor Lindelof. Going to roll it into Paul Pogba. Pogba tries to flick it around the corner, and I'm just trying to work out where Pogba's playing at the moment. It looks like a 4-2-3-1 with Fred and McTominay as the defensive midfielders, and then Bruno as that almost, I'm going to say, number 9. It's maybe not a fair way to compare it, and then Pogba in behind him. But I wouldn't be surprised if from goal kicks and stuff, with the height of Paul Pogba, that Pogba does move up and become a target man for them to hit. Manchester United 2-1 to help us. That was my score prediction as well. Great minds think alike, Fraser. Well, I remember back in 2019, I had Man United on my mind to beat Man City. Yes, I'm sure you have had it a couple of times over the course of the last few seasons. Hopefully United can get themselves a win. Here is Bernardo Silva. He's got little Phil Foden up with him. He rolls it into Jack Grealish, though, who flicks it back to Bernardo Silva. Silva rolls it back to De Bruyne. It's in. It's 1-0 inside 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, not the start Manchester United will have wanted. And De Bruyne, very Frank Lampard-esque, walks into some space. And that is Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. And there goes the game plan out of the window. Manchester United completely pulled apart with the first opportunity of the game. And Manchester City easily found themselves 1-0 up. Who's marking De Bruyne there? Who is marking him? He's able to run him behind Dalot. Sancho hasn't spoken to his man, hasn't told anyone. He's in acres of space. Telles spots him too late, and that is 1-0 already. 1-0 already. I thought it was going to take slightly longer than that, but no, Manchester United are like, we're not going to help out Liverpool in any way, shape or form. And Manchester City, thanks to Kevin De Bruyne, find themselves 1-0 up. Oliver says too easy. Could not agree more. Kevin De Bruyne easily able to walk into a load of space there, and the Manchester City players go wild. And now it's about that reaction, isn't it, for Manchester United? How will they react to this setback, to be putting to be 1-0 down so quickly? Bruno Fernandes then, pretty certain he's offside. He's rolled Telles through, but I definitely think he was offside there. So early goal. Blimey. And Manchester United have already got a task to do. The Etihad, though, absolutely exploded when that goal went in. Bruno Fernandes looks sad there. He looks so sad already. And there's a lack of hope, isn't there? I still don't know quite what this formation is for Manchester United. Now Pogba is leading the press for Manchester United already. Almost looks like Pogba's going to be playing that false 9, but then he drops back in and now Bruno's putting the press on. Trying something different here, Manchester United, most certainly trying something different. Ronaldo is not playing today, whether it'll cause today for Manchester United, whether it'll help him, I don't know. I'm assuming that's what you're saying, Uni Gamers, but afternoon to you. I don't know if it'll help him today. But that has been the big criticism of Manchester United today, that people have said, or this season, that people have said Manchester United, have been better when Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't played. And are we ready to see that today? Are we ready? I don't think so. I don't think they play better without Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo's maybe not been at his best this season, but he offers something that, no other player on the planet, not even Lionel Messi, offers. I'd rather have a 7-year-old at the back than Maguire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that defending was from Manchester United. Absolutely poor. Telles rolls it down the line for Jadon Sancho. Big game for Jadon Sancho, of course, who started to find a little bit of form. Cross-whipped in there for Telles, looking for the head of Paul Pogba. Headed clear, though, by Walker. It falls to Harry Maguire, who pings a nice ball there out wide to Jadon Sancho. Sancho cuts in from that left-hand side. Rolls it back to Bruno Fernandes. Lovely ball into Fred. Fred, he goes through! Oh, what a save that is! It might come up to the edge of the box and Wan-Bissaka's missed it. Oh my gosh, Edison alert and alive there to get to Fred. And Fred goes like this, and I'm assuming that means not too far away. Not too far away from Fred there. It's a lovely turn and receive there. He's gone straight past John Stones and so close. I thought that was going to be the response there from Manchester United. Oh my gosh. It was lovely feet from Fred. Lovely feet. He just couldn't quite keep the ball close to him. And then Wan-Bissaka gave away a foul on Jack Grealish. But oh my gosh. This goal definitely looks like it's got games in it. This game definitely looks like it's got goals in it, ladies and gents. It definitely does. Hopefully they can maintain this momentum as long as possible. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us. We're, as always, going for 15 likes on this stream. So if you have a spare minute, why not drop a like for us as well. City just need to calm this down just a little bit after that flurry. And they've given the ball away there. Aymeric Laporte gives it to Fred, who finds Pogba. Pogba drops it into Bruno Fernandes. Bruno, we just played that behind Elanga there. Elanga has had the ball nicked away by João Cancelo as well. Lovely defending from João Cancelo. Victor Lindelof, great to see him back after concerns around his health. Alex Telles. Harry Maguire. All the way back to David De Gea. Let's have a look at the win probability. 80% win probability. 6% for Manchester United. 80% of course for Manchester City. Holy. That shows you how much that Manchester City have won this season from being ahead. And Bruno Fernandes has just been fouled there by his Portuguese comrade in Bernardo Silva. I don't think there was much in that one from Bernardo Silva. Yes, it's slightly from one side, but I'm not sure it was actually a foul from the Portuguese superstar. But United will take it, disrupt the play a little bit. An opportunity as well for Scott McTominay to play a ball over the top. Looking for Sancho. Headed clear, though, by Tommy Shelby. John Stones, should I say. João Cancelo recovers the ball. Being pressured by Elanga once again. If anyone did Elanga's Silver Stars card on FIFA, I tell you what, that's absolutely banging, I must say. Absolutely banging. Good stuff, ladies and gents. Thank you for those who are watching at the moment, and hopefully you do enjoy this live stream. Sam, have you heard the Elanga chant? I like it. No, I haven't. What's it to the tune of? Going loco, down with Moses Soko. See, I just make my own chants. I'm just too good. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Lovely ball there by Elanga into Pogba. Pogba returns the ball to Elanga now. Can Jadon Sancho get up with him? He's going to whip it in off his left foot. Finds Fred at the edge of the box. Poor touch from Fred. Tries to roll it into Pogba. Pogba tries to shift his body away, and he's given away a foul there, trying to regain possession from João Cancelo there. I thought he was going to hit that first time, Paul Pogba. Outside the foot it. We know he's got that in his locker, Paul Pogba. The extraordinary. But wasn't quite on the same wavelength as me at home. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength. Great stuff. Love to see it. Let's see how this game. Let's see if this game changes at all. I'm hoping for some goals. Can Manchester United get themselves back into this? Can we have some drama? That's what we want, isn't it? That's what we most certainly want. How's everyone's day been? Rhythm is the dancer. It's Anthony Elanga scoring goals from everywhere. Whoa! Yeah, I like that. I mean, he has to score more goals. But yeah. Did you know rhythm is the longest word without a vowel in it? That being said, I do believe in German the letter Y is considered to be a vowel. There you are. Every day's a school day for you, Oliver. There you are. Jadon Sancho up this left-hand side. Is he going to cut in on that right foot? Rolls it into Bruno Fernandes, and he's just not quite pulled that pass off there. And Kyle Walker able just to shimmy that one behind for a goal kick for Edison. It was so easy for Manchester City. Don't get me wrong, it was a lovely play from Manchester City down that left-hand side for the goal, but no one picks up Kevin De Bruyne through the legs of Harry Maguire. It's reactive rather than proactive from Alex Telles, who should have been closely marking. But that being said, he was watching the ball. Jadon Sancho, on the other hand, could have told him where he was. Don't want every day to be a school day. No. I do apologise for trying to educate you. Rodri flicks it round the corner towards Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's been fouled there by Harry Maguire. De Bruyne just on the halfway line there, fouled as he looked to roll that one out wide towards Riyad Mahrez. We haven't seen anything of Riyad Mahrez at the moment in this opening 13-14 minutes. It's all come down the left-hand side. And to be honest with you, Manchester City have only really had one key opportunity, and it has found the back of the net. So, interesting to see how this one works out. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Kyle Walker. Into Kevin De Bruyne, who switches one. What a ball that is from Kevin De Bruyne. I absolutely love watching Kevin De Bruyne for those passes. Jack Grealish into João Cancelo. He's lost it though to Anthony Elanga, who gives it to Bruno. Bruno, he's looking forward and he's just taken too long there, Bruno Fernandes. Jack Grealish gets himself back in the way. Not sure there was overly much in that one. I think Bruno Fernandes is quite lucky to have actually got the foul on that one, in my personal professional opinion. Harry Maguire to step up with that one. Alex Telles. What have we made to Alex Telles since he's joined Manchester United? He joined for a big fee with a lot of high praise, a lot of praise around him. A lot of people thought, this could be a lovely ball there from Rodri, trying to look for Riyad Mahrez. It might fall to Kevin De Bruyne, blocked though by Harry Maguire. Yeah, Telles, he came to Manchester United for a huge sort of, with huge weight on his shoulders, thinking, this could be the man to really step up and take Manchester United to that next defensive level. At the time, obviously, Harry Maguire was performing relatively well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was on fire, and so that left-back spot was just what they needed. Last season, of course, the introduction of Alex Telles, if anything, just brought out the best in Luke Shaw. But what have we made to him? He's maybe not had the opportunities, the chances. He's had a few cup opportunities. Maybe he can get a run in, though, now that Luke Shaw has picked up another injury, of course. If you are just joining, we are 16 minutes into the Manchester derby. The goal came from Kevin De Bruyne. Who else but Kevin De Bruyne? KDB is playing for Man City. He is the man who has opened the scoring in this game for Manchester City. Literally less than 5 minutes in as well. Ronaldo not playing. Yes, exactly. Ronaldo is not playing. Not sure whether it'll cause problems or what. João Cancelo there with a strong tackle on Pogba. Elanga picks it up, drops it back into Pogba, who's going to use a bit of strength here, and he's dropped it off there to Rodri. And here goes Kevin De Bruyne, who's going to shift it onto his left foot. He goes for goal. Good save there by De Gea. He's had a foul, and actually, Harry Maguire's won the foul on that one. On Phil Foden. I'm not quite sure. Phil Foden is adamant that should have gone the other way there. Rodri does well. De Bruyne does amazing. He cuts onto his left foot, goes to hit it across goal. And Harry Maguire somehow won the foul on that one. Evening Shafter, how are we doing? KDB, he's playing for Man City. That's what I was trying to sing. Didn't make it at Chelsea. KDB, probably gonna win the league. He already has, hasn't he? He most certainly already has. He's won it multiple times now. I'm just thinking I could probably put some text right at the bottom to say the goal scorer. So we might just do that whilst we have a look. Maybe make the text a little bit smaller as well. Who knows? Maybe this could work just to add something in. Elanga greater than Sterling. If you say so, Bailey. If you say so, lad. If you say so. I was just looking as well the other day. It has been a year since I first made my stream debut on the AVFTS channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to them, go over and subscribe to them. I'm assuming you all have. If you've come to the Sam Redgate-Large channel, I assume that you all have. He went from Genk to Chelsea when he was just 21. De Bruyne. Oh, it's all the way up here. Why are we all the way up here? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. I am good, thank you. Tell me if that's readable. I think it is. Jadon Sancho. I totally just forgot about the link with Jadon Sancho. Of course, he did actually he was in Manchester City's academy, wasn't he? That's where he joined Borussia Dortmund from. Here's Paul Pogba in a little bit of space, who receives the ball from Jadon Sancho. Here's Elanga. Elanga rolls it to Wan-Bissaka. There's no one in the box, though, for United, so if it got through... Wait, how do you keep saying his name? Keep getting it wrong all the time. De Bruyne. De Bruyne. Just stick to KDB. He doesn't know how to celebrate. I love that song so much. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. One of my favourite football songs, that one, I must say. I'm trying to get this to... Can I get my Kevin De Bruyne goal? Yes, most certainly. That's why I'm trying to put this at the bottom. Why can't I just... It's not lining up and it's really annoying me. Right, we're just going to leave it there. We're just going to leave it there. It's readable, says Oliver. Thank you. It's just annoying me. I can't get it in the right place. Just where I want it. I want it to start where the M starts of Manchester City. But thank you, Oliver. Kevin De Gaulle. Kevin De Gaulle. You could have come up with something better, Bailey. You most certainly could have come up with something better than that. Walker, what a ball that is to find Jack Grealish out on this left-hand side. Grealish cuts inside on the right. Is he going to be able to get a shot off? Lovely little back heel there, looking for Bernardo Silva, but Wan-Bissaka was switched onto it and he's clipped it down the line towards Elanga. Good play here from Manchester United. Bruno finds Pogba. Can Pogba look up and see Sancho? Here is Sancho. He's one-on-one. Oh, Walker's got back in. Sancho cuts in on his right foot. Jadon Sancho! Oh my gosh! What a finish from Jadon Sancho! And it's 1-1! Jadon Sancho! What a finish against his old club! He's bent it in that bottom corner and Jadon Sancho has equalised! Oh my gosh! You can't say it wasn't deserved. United have been fantastic. But City just didn't look like they were going to concede, and it's a beautiful ball from Pogba to find Sancho in the first place, but Sancho had so much to do, and he's cut in on that right foot, and he's bent it into that bottom corner, and Ederson questions about his goalkeeping, but what a finish that is from Jadon Sancho. What a finish, and it most certainly is. Game on, ladies and gents, game on. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that has found its way. Oh my gosh, that's a beauty, says Oliver. Absolutely. And Fraser's come back to say, boom. Of course you have. Of course you have. What a goal, Jadon Sancho. A round of applause. We've maybe not seen that enough from Jadon Sancho in a United shirt, but he's just shown us, hasn't he? He has just shown us what he is made of. Jadon Sancho, what a goal. A lovely finish. Biggest cheer of the day. I know, what a finish from Jadon Sancho that was. Oh my gosh. What minute was that? 22nd minute. Jadon Sancho gets an equaliser for Manchester United. What a finish. City who, says Fraser. And now it is game on in the Manchester derby. Help if I didn't drop my mic. Help if I didn't drop my mic. Very helpful. Right, let's see. Is that too quiet? I'm just trying to make sure that I don't hit the red bits in my thingamajig. Oh, Sancho 22's right in the top left. Oh, now the pressure's on City for Monday. Most certainly is. Here goes City, though, once again, up this left-hand side. Rodri. Into Laporte. Lovely ball into Jack Grealish here. Grealish looking to roll it into Phil Foden. Phil Foden's done well there to dig it out. And away! Slips over there. Bernardo Silva at the vital moment. Who's City? Now the pressure on City for Monday night, most certainly. And Trafter says yes as well. It just, I mean, as a Chelsea fan, you've got to hope that United. It's a difficult one because you're like, you know, you want to be as close to City and Liverpool as possible. So if United get a point today, Chelsea just lure them just slightly back in, just bring them slightly back in. Grealish, good play there from Jack Grealish. Rolls it into Phil Foden, back into Jack Grealish, who finds Bernardo Silva. Silva looks for the header. Foden, off the crossbar. It was looping. He had to keep watching there, didn't he? He had to keep watching there, David De Gea. Very, very close in the end. You just didn't know where that was going. It proper cannons off Bernardo Silva's head and then just off the top of the crossbar. Imagine the United stand. Imagine the United stand in the Liverpool agenda. I know. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, he gives the ball away there easily to Jadon Sancho. Pogba, who's played well so far for Manchester United. That delightful ball through. Harry Maguire trying to shrug off his international teammate, little Phil Foden. Oh, Kyle Walker there, just a little bit overconfident, but he's nutmegged Fred to keep the ball down and going. Here's Walker once again. Rolls it into Rodri. Riyad Mahrez finds Walker once again. Lovely ball into Phil Foden. Here's Jack Grealish. He's got Cancelo wider. He rolls it into João Cancelo. Good block there. It falls to Grealish again. He can't quite connect with it. It's deflected off Scott McTominay, and Ilanga somehow sees it down the line to Paul Pogba, who's playing really well in that number 9 position at the moment, holding up the ball for Manchester United. The City fans trying to get some energy into this stadium, get behind their side. It's an interesting game, isn't it? It's such an interesting game, this one. Mahrez into Walker. It sets up mine and Fraser's 2-1 win though, doesn't it, for Manchester United? It sets it up nicely. 2 goals inside 25 minutes. If you'd have told me that, I'd have thought they'd have been to both to Manchester City. But United have played well in the opening 26 or so minutes in this Manchester derby. Lovely flick there from Pogba to find McTominay. The touch from McTominay, though, just a little bit heavy. And Manchester City regain possession once again. Win probabilities now just swung a little bit back towards Manchester United rather than that 8% that they had earlier. Now up to nearly 20%. Grealish, lovely touch into Bernardo Silva. Oh, well read there by Harry Maguire. He was alert to that one. Phil Foden could have been in. Here's João Cancelo, though. It's coming straight back at Manchester United. They need to start getting themselves back on the ball again like they were for that goal. Laporte finds Jack Grealish, who's dropped in here. Here's João Cancelo. Cancelo finds Grealish. Grealish, lovely piece of skill there. Bernardo Silva tries the 1-2 with Jack Grealish, and United get the ball again. Pogba's playing really well so far in this game. Credit where credit's due. Lovely touch by Phil Foden. Really good play, Phil Foden. What a save that is from De Gea. Oh my gosh, he falls to De Bruyne and it's 2-1. It's gone in again. Kevin De Bruyne has made it 2-1 already. Oh my gosh, Kevin De Bruyne, it was an absolute mad scramble. It was a brilliant, brilliant save from David De Gea in the first instant. I think it fell to Bernardo Silva then in the box. It might have even been Mahrez, but it then falls to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne again, unmarked, running in late, manages to tuck it in from less than 5 yards out. And what is going on in this Manchester derby? It is chaotic. There's goals coming, but we absolutely love it. We absolutely love it. I cannot wait for the rest of this game. It is so, so exciting. Everything is happening in this game at the moment. Manchester United find themselves 2-1 down, though, inside 28 minutes. And what is going on? Right place, right time for Kevin De Bruyne. Absolutely, Oliver, sorry. I could have not said it any better. Right place at the right time. And that's what Kevin De Bruyne does to you, you know. That is what he does to you. You cannot afford to give him that kind of space and time in the penalty box. Once again, they've not learnt from the lesson. No one tracking that late runner. Almost Frank Lampard-esque, as I mentioned earlier. Running in late. And, well, they've made him pay. They most certainly have made Manchester United pay at the moment. My internet's just cut out for some reason on here. So we'll try and get ourselves back up and running. But Kevin De Bruyne has made it 2-1. Oh, I am very, very, very surprised at the way that this has turned around for Manchester City. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Already 2-1. We've got lots of goals, and I don't want to take my eyes off this for a second. So as soon as we can get the stream back loaded up here, we will most certainly have it loaded up. Mahrez whips in a corner there, and somehow I've actually gained time back on the stream, so I don't know quite how you've managed that, considering it just dropped out for no reason. But there we are. There we most certainly are. It's not going to work, this whole muted thing. Josh streams went as soon as KDB scored. That's weird. That's very weird, that. It happened to both of us. But I can't get the other one back up, so we've got a makeshift one at the moment. But that's absolutely fine for the time being. Mahrez finds De Bruyne. Wait, did you mean his stream went entirely? Like, as in, his stream just cut out? Or do you mean his stream, what he was watching cut out? Oh, God, it's not cut out again, has it, for Josh? How far did you run, Sam? Well, I'm not sure, Curved, actually, because I've just got myself a new, what do you call it? Apple Watch. I got, not an Apple Watch, a smartwatch, and I'm just getting it set up correctly. I think it was about 10k I did, though, from having worked out how far one lap was. One lap was about a mile and a bit, maybe a mile, so it was about 10k in total, because I did 5 of those, and 6 miles is about 10k, so about there. But thank you for stopping by, Curved. I can't believe Josh's stream's dropped out again. How does that keep happening to him, the poor guy? Poor guy. I did wonder why a few people were coming into my stream there. I did wonder. I know I'm second best to Josh, as always. Great to see, though, a few faces. Josh and Sam should do a stream together. I'm sure we will do. I'm sure we will do in the future. We're just both using Streamlabs at the moment, and I've not quite worked out how to do a co-stream on Streamlabs at the moment. It does make it a little bit difficult. 10k, crikey, I know. I'm supposed to be running a half marathon. Oh, good play there from Jack Grealish there, trying to get down the line. I'm supposed to be running a half marathon, Curve, so I've got to try and get about 20 kilometres. Good building spot for us. My legs are a little bit sore, though, I must say. My legs are a little bit sore at the moment. I've just got them lifted up to hopefully get a bit of, what do you call it, lactic acid out of them. I'm going to stay with you, mate. It wouldn't be nice to bugger off. I mean, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. If you want to go, I know you absolutely, you're a big supporter of Josh, so I appreciate you stopping by. So if you want to go watch Josh, that's absolutely fine. Fine by me. We grow together, don't we? We do grow together, but I appreciate your support, Curved. I know that you and Josh have a great relationship, on and off YouTube as well, he said.
Their positional sense, I think, is still pretty positive.
Here's Lindelof, lovely ball into Elanga. Elanga's going to try cut past Laporte there, and it's really well intercepted, actually. And João Cancelo just was dropping into that centre-half position. So, 2-1 already, ladies and gents. Careful, Sam, commentary can be heard. Thank you, Curved. Thank you. I will just turn that down just slightly. I appreciate that. Here's Phil Foden. Let me just stay quiet and then I'll see if the commentary can be heard. He's not going to speak. Speak! No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay there. I think we're okay. Here's Kyle Walker. To Rodri. Back to Kyle Walker once again. I'm on a really makeshift stream at the moment. I'm trying to get the original one back up and running, but it doesn't seem to be having any of it at the moment. Poor old Sky Sports. I don't know what's going on here. I hate having to watch everything on my laptop. So inconsistent. There we are. We're sorted. We are sorted. Although that one's a little bit further behind, but that's not the point. We are sorted. There we are.
You see that animation? As the game is stopped actually because there is some concern behind the goal. And I think there may be a situation here where a fan has been taken unwell. So Michael Oliver has...
Okay, I was just turning up the commentary there just so that I could hear what was going on. And this seems to be a very familiar thing at the moment in football, doesn't it? But there has been a situation going on behind the Manchester United goal, which David De Gea is defending at the moment, and it looks like a fan has been taken unwell in that goal. So play has just been paused momentarily whilst treatment is given to the fan. It seems to be happening very, very frequently at the moment. I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. I wonder if COVID has had anything to do. I always wonder. I wonder if it is. I'm still going to stay. Thanks, Curved. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
As indeed Ralph Rangnick does, but certainly compared to November, Manchester United.
Wow. So we're waiting again, once again.
In a derby.
Sir Alex in the Etihad today. So, let's see. I'm just fiddling around with the microphone settings here so you can't hear the commentary as much, because obviously it's nice for me to be able to hear the commentary. We're just waiting for the game to get back underway here. All the players are on the pitch. We're just waiting for the go-ahead from the referee. Good to see, though, that none of the cameras have panned onto the fan who is in distress at the moment, or taken unwell, probably the best way to say it. We have had a few occasions where the fans have been, the spotlight put on them, and it's not the best of things. And of course, when Ericsson went down, the cameras were looking directly at him. Part of that, of course, was the fact that he did. And part of it as well is sensitivity, isn't it? It's about realising the occasion that is happening in front of you, or unfolding in front of you at this Manchester derby. We are still waiting for it to get back underway. Manchester United's midfield is abysmal. I mean, half of Manchester United's team today is Manchester United's midfield, which is pretty mental. And we are back underway. But Paul Pogba's played really well, I must say. Paul Pogba has played really well. Your mic is currently cutting off. Cutting out, matey. Loose wire. I'll shove it back in. Thanks, Curved. I'll give it a good shove, see if that helps. Shouldn't be muted, though, as such. Shouldn't be muted. It's still reading levels, so it shouldn't be muted. But not sure what's going on. I'll unplug it and replug it in. There we are. It switched to my PC one then. And again. And now it's back onto this one. So hopefully that should sort it. Thank you, Curved. I appreciate it. Here's Kyle Walker in a little bit of space here. Got about 7-8 minutes left till half time. I'm sure we'll have a couple of minutes of added time. Stones looking to play that one into De Bruyne. It's nicked, though, by Jadon Sancho. Paul Pogba there tries to spread the play. He drops it into Tellez, who does well to flick that back towards Bruno Fernandes. Here is Jadon Sancho once again. McTominay rolls it into Victor Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka finds Elanga. Back into Wan-Bissaka once again. Here's Elanga, who's going to try drive into a little bit of space. Switches it. He sees Tellez in acres of space there. Here's Jadon Sancho. Thanks, Fraser. Sancho. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. My phone just died. Oh, damn it. It always dies. Every time I do a stream, it just dies. Not that I need it, but it's annoying that it does die. Wan-Bissaka up against Jack Grealish here. Grealish has come really deep there to do his defensive duties. Pogba, oh, he's giving the ball away here, and Manchester City might be able to counter-attack, led by Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne has Foden up with him. Lovely ball from Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Phil Foden. He's got him behind. Oh, Foden. Foden. He needs to hit the target there. Afternoon, VJ. Been a little while. How are we doing, mate? How are we doing? And Shrafter, we'll have to work it out how to do it with Streamlabs. That's because, obviously, me and Josh will, well, potentially, I'm saying this, you know, speaking for Josh, he might not want to do another stream with me. But knowing Josh and knowing that we have a good friendship, I would like to think, yeah, we need to work out how to do it, like 2 people on one StreamYard account. I don't know how that works in that sense. So once we get that sorted, of course, with StreamYard we can do it, but then we can't have all of these fancy features all over the screen. So I have to work it out, find the balance. Here's Harry Maguire. Lovely ball from Lindelof over the top. And here goes Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, support from Elanga. He rolls it into Elanga, who finds Pogba. Pogba into Fred. Fred into Bruno. Bruno, get a shot off. Oh, Sancho's put it over. Jadon Sancho, man. The first one was so good. And we're getting all the retro people coming back in. Afternoon, Batman. It's been a little while since I've seen you. In the chat. Great stuff. Who do you want to win? I want United to win. I want to see a spicy the end to the league. That's the phrase I'm looking for. End to the league. What do people say? Title race. That's the phrase. We could do a prediction of some sort. Absolutely. Sounds good. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe as well. And make sure, if you haven't already, catch up with some of the videos that have been hitting the SRL channel this weekend. We've had 4 consecutive days of content coming to the channel. Lovely ball there by Phil Foden. And Wan-Bissaka, has he got the legs? Oh, Wan-Bissaka just took it away from De Gea there. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Harry Maguire, fortunately, was jogging on the spot. Shrafter also wants United to win. I want to see a spicy final few games to this Premier League table. I want to see it go right down to the wire, and at the moment it looks like it might happen. Of course, as the score continues, it is 6 points the advantage from Manchester City to Liverpool. Here's Kevin De Bruyne again, who rolls it back to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez, who rolls it back, looking for John Stones there, has just stepped up. Here's Aymeric Laporte. All of the Manchester City players, bar Edison, sort of in the inside 40 yards of the Manchester United half. It's nicked, though, by Wan-Bissaka, and that's gone out for a City throw-in. Wan-Bissaka just caught our position there. The quick throw for Jadon Sancho, for Phil Foden. Get the wrong youngster there. Curve needs a City win for a big bet. Okay. Well, I mean, at least every cloud, I guess every cloud. How much you win, Curved? How much you win? Ronaldo goal, 92nd minute. He's not in the squad. He's not in the squad, Shrafter. He's not in the squad, Bailey. Here comes the corner. I think it's Little Phil. 2 people over for a corner. Is that really needed? Little Phil whips it in. It's headed on at the front post by John Stones, headed clear by Harry Maguire, and eventually headed cleared again there by Alex Tellez. Tellez does well as the ball comes back to nick it away from Phil Foden. Tries to play it towards Bruno Fernandes. It's won back, though, by Rodri. I like Liverpool to win the league by goal difference. I'd love it to go down to the wire. I'd love it to. VJ says, how have you been? I've been great, thank you, mate. How have you been? It's been a little while, but hope you are doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Even the subs, no, he's not on. He's not on. He's got a hip injury. That's the big talking point coming into this game. He's got a hip injury. I'd love to see it go down to the wire. I'd love to. I'd love the twists and turns. The thing is, as soon as Manchester City win the league, everyone just goes, all right then, we'll go again. That's what happens, isn't it? No one's bothered if City win the league. They just go, yeah, all right, we'll go again. If Chelsea win it, United, Liverpool are like, oh, damn. If Liverpool win it, they're like, damn. If Man United win it, they're like, oh, no, we didn't want United to win another one. If City win it, everyone's like, all right, how about next year? Let's just go again next year. No one cares. Literally, no one cares. I'll tell you if I win. Don't want to disrupt the stream. No worries, Curved. No worries, mate. Here's Mahrez cutting in on this left-hand side. Mahrez, what a save that is from De Gea. Straight down to his right-hand side. Smart save. Here's De Bruyne. Oh, he's giving it away, though. Bernardo Silva looking for a back heel there for João Cancelo. Here's Jack Grealish back into Cancelo once again. Grealish has been good so far, and that's off Wan-Bissaka and behind. Anand says, I need a City win too, so that Arsenal stay in the top 4, says Anand. Ooh. And Curved, also an Arsenal fan. Anand making friends. Are you still at the top of the FPL league, Anand? Are you still haunting me at the top of the FPL league? Whipped in by Phil Foden this corner. It's headed clear though by United once again. Fred does well to get that one down. Pogba tries to dribble the ball out, and apparently there was a foul in there on Paul Pogba. I'm not too sure, if I'm honest with you, that there was much in that one. I honestly think the top 4. I already think the top 4 battle is in. I think it's Chelsea and Arsenal's to lose. Really, I think it's Chelsea and Arsenal's to lose. 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. That was a little bit clumsy there from João Cancelo, who just overcommitted. Good game so far, says Shrafter. Really? You don't say? Yeah, a brilliant game so far. I've loved every minute of this game so far. It's been fast paced. It's been fanatic. It's been brilliant. We'll have a look at the halftime stats a little bit, and of course we'll have a look as well at what it means for the league table. Not too much will have changed in that sense. I'm sure Arsenal fans will tell us a lot will have changed if this result continues in the same way. And of course, we'll have a bit of a halftime quiz. I'm going to go a little bit retro. We've got a few legends in that pack of cards, so we're going to go a little bit retro and test your knowledge on a few of the other ones. Just watching that De Bruyne's second goal again. Absolutely right place at the right time there. Absolutely. I mean, the defending was a little bit shoddy. Someone should be in with Kevin De Bruyne there. You shouldn't be able to let him have that much space. And here he goes again into acres of space. Kevin De Bruyne, really good tackle though by Harry Maguire, and Scott McTominay is able to distribute to Jadon Sancho. Here's Bruno Fernandes moving the ball forward. Fernandes cuts in, lovely cut in there, and he rolls it to Scott McTominay. McTominay has support. Can they move this nice and fast before City get every body behind the ball? Whipped in though by McTominay, and that's gone behind for a Manchester United corner on the stroke of half time. You almost viewed stream as a friendly. I know. It's because people couldn't watch it. That being said, that Leeds United versus Man United one did very, very well. But it was an absolutely magnificent game, that 2-2 as well. It was a bit clumsy, but it was a magnificent game. I know exactly which one it was, because I hadn't done many streams, because I don't know if anyone remembers this, but I went like a month without uploading because my laptop crashed, and that is half time, ladies and gents. As McTominay I think that was Harry Maguire actually who had put one into the hands of the goalkeeper there. But that is half time. I literally had my my old laptop. I've got a MacBook now. I went with something a bit more powerful. That's what I do, Oliver. I do those ones. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I had a laptop and it almost just corrupted on itself. I honestly couldn't tell you what had happened, if I'm honest with you. But that is it. That is half time. It is Manchester United 1, Manchester City 2. Let me get sofa scores up. We'll have a quick glance, and then what we'll do is I will give you guys a bit of a quiz if you are ready for a quiz, of course, or if you want to try something else for a halftime game, do let me know. I am once I get into the swing of things a little bit more, and I have the opportunity to prepare a halftime game, I will come up with a good one. I remember that quite depressing time. It was very annoying. It was very annoying for me, and I got into the flow of things nicely. And I say that over June, my idea was to pump out a video every day in June as well. And unfortunately. I almost hindered myself in the the algorithm, because YouTube was like, well, if you're putting out that much content, we won't bother sharing you, and it was a little bit annoying. But we're back. We've got this nice new laptop as well, courtesy of my nana, my lovely nana. Managed to get us. Help me fund myself a MacBook, so couldn't have done it without her. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the intermission screen. Let's go over here and let's have a look at the match ratings so far for Manchester City versus Manchester United. And I think some of these Manchester United ones are quite harsh. I don't know if that's me just looking on and being quite an optimistic onlooker, if you will. But I think some of these are quite harsh, and I personally think Pogba has been better than a 6.5. I think Pogba's done really well. Obviously, he got the assist for Jadon Sancho's goal, but he's also been able to hold the ball up. He's also been able to hold the ball up as well, up front for Manchester United, and played a pivotal role in Manchester United as a result. And of course, the goal came from him. And as you look around, you sort of look at the ratings, and no one really stands out. Of course, Jack Grealish, I mentioned earlier, I thought he's been really good. He's been good on the ball, moving it fast, beating players very well. And then, similarly, Bernardo Silva has been good, but no one really stands out. Kevin De Bruyne, though, in the right place at the right time, that is something that you can't teach for Manchester City. And Kevin De Bruyne today absolutely come up clutch. It's like he's been watching Frank Lampard his whole life. It absolutely is. Excuse me. Shrafter says, I remember the first stream I joined. Which one was that, and what name were you under at that point, Shrafter? Do let me know, because I feel like you've had quite a few names, because when you joined, I was like, because you had, I'm assuming you had a weird name, which is why I asked you what your name was, and obviously I know your name's Bailey, but that was a reason for it. I'm just going to get my MacBook charger, because in typical Sam Redgate-Large style, I forgot to get my charger before the game once again. I always do this because I'm always hard at work on it before I get my green screen set up and always forget it. But as you can see on your screens, I'm going to keep on talking whilst I get my MacBook charger for us. I'll just pop that there, and you can still see my seat. Hello, ladies and gents. But as you can see on your screens, those are the ratings. Are there any ratings that really take, you look at and you go, actually, I'm not sure if I agree on that one? Let me know, because the one for me is that Paul Pogba one. I think Paul Pogba has been much, much better than a 6.5 at the moment. Maybe that's me being slightly biased towards Manchester United, if you will, but I think he's been much better. And United, for me, haven't been awful. It's just been that there's been two moments of the right place at the right time from Kevin De Bruyne, and you can't give a man like Kevin De Bruyne that kind of space in a Manchester derby, let alone at this level. You can't give anyone that kind of space, but United have, and they find themselves 2-1 down. 2-1 down. The first stream I joined was the FA Cup semi-final between Chelsea and Man City, if I'm not mistaken. That was also another stream that did really well for me as well. So great to see. Great to see. I think mine was the Chelsea City FA Cup, could be wrong, or was it Chelsea versus Fulham? I can't remember, Oliver. I cannot remember. I thought you came across from Josh, if I'm honest with you, or did you come from me to Josh? The only person I can think of who's come from me to Josh is Max. But if you've gone the other way, then I am going to take that one and happily be enjoying that one. But I do think it was the other way around. But you know, who cares? Who cares at the end of the day? Let's find a Manchester United legend, Stevie G. Yeah, of course. Manchester United legend, Henrik Mkhitaryan. Where's he playing at this one? Oh, he's still at Manchester United on this one. Lol. Let's have a look. Riyad Mahrez as well. Riyad Mahrez. Guys, let me know. You did come from Josh. Damn it. Damn it. I've still only got Max. Let me know. Who would you prefer? Would you prefer Riyad Mahrez? Kyle Walker? Kyle Walker's quite an interesting one, I think. Quite an interesting fellow. We could do... No, we can't do him. We can't do him either, although he might enjoy it. Eddie Cavani. There is... Jesus, there's Gaza, there's Maradona. How did Aaron Moy end up in the same pack as Paul Gascoigne? Just explain to Josh I'm on your channel, no worries. Oh, thanks, Curved, thank you. And do be sure to go over to Josh as well if you haven't already. And do subscribe to him. Right, we've got one. And we're actually going to go with this guy. And we're going to go with Gary Neville. We all know Gary Neville, don't we? But how well do we know Gary Neville? That is the question. So we've got 5 questions here, ladies and gents. And what we're going to do is, let's have a look. Let me have a look at some of the questions. And then I'll decipher which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. So whilst I do that, here is a question for you guys related to Gary Neville. And it is, what is his dad's name? What is his late father's name? If anyone can give me this, just whilst I read through the questions, and make sure that these are difficult enough, because I know some of you guys are like, oh, they're not hard enough, or like they're too easy for me, and then, you know, always end up causing problems. But who knows, eh? Who knows? Let's go back to the original screen here. First stream I was on was the Atleti versus Chelsea 2-0. Yeah, I remember. Good stuff, Shrafter. Been around for a while, nearly a year. So thank you to those who continuously come back and watch. Who are we doing? We're doing Gary Neville. Well, we're not doing him, but we're doing the quiz on him. So the first one I was just going to ask, does anyone know Gary Neville's father's first name? Do you know it? That is my question for you. And I'm just saying this because it's a lovely bit of trivia and I think it's brilliant. Is Anand saying he quits already? Good stuff, Anand. Good stuff. It's a lovely bit of trivia, this one, and it'll proper tickle you. Before we jump into the proper quiz, it'll proper tickle you. There is also a question on here about him. Wow. I'm just looking at this. The Neville family is one of the most athletic families I think I've ever come across looking at it. One of the questions is to do with his father and which sport he played at professional level. And then the next one is which sport does his sister also do? And then, wow. And then, of course, his brother. We know his brother. Mental. It was Gary. Was it Gary? It's Stephen. No, I can tell you it was Neville. Neville. One of the best named blokes I think I've ever come across in my life. Neville. The late Neville, of course, who sadly passed away a few years ago. But a lovely bit of trivia, that one. And to, obviously, Gary Neville's father. But I just thought that was quite funny. But we'll jump into the proper questions here. We'll start you off nice and easy. I mentioned his siblings. And the first question is, what is the name of Gary Neville's brother, who also played for Manchester United and England? What is his brother? What is his brother's name? What is his brother? What is his brother? I can't believe I just said that. What is his brother's name? Curved. Did you know the Neville Brothers is the name of a group as well? Wow. And Redgate-Large, Redgate-Large. I know, it doesn't quite work for me, does it? It doesn't quite work. Redgate-Large, Redgate-Large. That'd be such a mouthful. Imagine you just sat there. You sat at the register. They're going around. Paul, Connor, Redgate-Large, Redgate-Large. It just won't work. It just won't work. His brother's Phil. Your surname is Class Sam. Thank you, Curve. Thank you. I owe that to both of my parents. It's my mother's maiden name and my father's last name. My mother being Redgate and my father being Large. But yes, you are right, Anand, and you are right, Oliver. It is, in fact, Phil Neville, or Philip Neville, if you want to go the extra mile. I remember that interview between Phil Neville and Gary Neville, and that was brilliant. It was like, "Hi, Gary. Hello, Philip." And it was the most awkward thing I think I've ever seen. However, we'll move on. Second question. We'll rattle through these guys. I know you enjoy a little bit of a quiz. And to be honest with you, I'm very pleased. Ring, ring. I just sounded like a phone. Ring, 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 ring. Josh needs to name his kid that. He needs to do that. He needs to call his kid Ring Ring. Oh, God. Oh, God. It just sounds like a phone. Oh, God. Moving on. That's proper tickled me. Moving on. Which Spanish club did Gary Neville manage in 2015-16? If you cast your mind back, that's really tickled me, that has, Oliver. That's really tickled me. Please go and tell Josh that. My phone's died, so I can't give you credit for it. Curve says knock knock, and I really want to know where this is going, so who's there? Someone clip it and send it to me, I beg. The next question is, which Spanish club did Gary Neville manage in 2015-16? Who's there, Curved? Or is it going to be the new knock knock joke? It's just ring ring. Oh, God. Oh, brilliant. Let's have a look. I think I've seen Anand put Valencia. Oliver's also gone with Valencia that has just popped up. For God's sake. Ring, ring. I've lost it. I've lost it. No. Ring, ring. God, this is an ab workout and a half. Oh, God, Oliver. I've lost it. Oh, yes. You are right, Anand. Sorry to keep you waiting. You are right, Oliver, Anand and Shafter. It is Valencia. He's lost it big time. I have. Oh, God. Ring, ring. Oh, God. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But yes, it is. It is Valencia. And that is Curve's tying it. This is the content you came for, Curved. This is the content you came for. It is Valencia, and if you remember, he didn't last very long at Valencia. I think he got a massive defeat against Barcelona or someone like that. Ring, ring. Oh, God. Composure, ladies and gents. Composure. Oh, the teams are coming back out. Just out of interest, the third and fourth question were about his family, so let me know. Gary lost the plot with Valencia as well, no worries. Precisely. Who needs football? Who needs it? just before the teams come out, this is quite an interesting one. There's two questions here that I'm going to ask you at the same time. So it is, which sport did Gary Neville's father play at professional level, and which sport did his sister play for England at? So those are the questions. Name two sports, one of them which Neville will have played at professional level, and one of which that Tracy Neville. You can't make these names up. Neville. Josh has to watch this. I know he does. Not quite ring. Or I should have said it. I'm just going to block Josh's name in the chat so that no one can say it again. I'll lose it again. So you've got to tell me the sport that Neville played and the sport that Tracy Neville played. I just said they were very, what's the best way to say it? A very sporty family, the Neville family. Very sporty family. So you've just got to name yourself two sports that you think it could possibly be. And of course, they are English, so that does lend itself to maybe a little bit of a clue for you. We're about to get underway for the second half. Shafter's saying knock, so who's there? Hi Fraser, how are we doing? Shafter's gone with football and cricket. Maybe not. Can you tell me which sports Gary Neville's father and sister played professionally? Looks like Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne exchanging words there before kick-off. His sister was handball, I guess. Not sure, says Anand. Good shout. And we are underway for the second half here, ladies and gents. We are nicely underway for the second half, and I don't know why can I hear two sets of commentary. That's why I've got two things up. One just slightly behind the other. Sam, look at my comment. Where have you gone? Josh loves the name Ring, but we all have to get it through Kelly. Good. We'll get it through Kelly. We'll peer pressure Kelly into it. I can tell you, between you, have I seen the correct answer? I have seen the correct answer for one. Shafter has got one correct, and Oliver has got one of them correct. So I can tell you, it is in fact, his father played professionally cricket, and his sister played netball for England at international level. A very, very sporty family, the Neville family. So we are back underway with the second half. So we shall move on, and it should be a good second half here. Let's see how it sets up. Let's see how it gets up. Fraser, go to where I commented ring at 17:30. Clip Sam's reaction. I just let Josh know we're mentioning him. I'm sure he won't mind. I'm sure he'll enjoy it when he comes back to view it. Oh my God. I cannot believe that. That's proper tickled me. But back to the football, ladies and gents. Back to the football. I can't believe that came from Neville's name, but there we are. This is the content we all came for. Bring says bring. Well done, Fraser. Thanks, Fraser. Lovely ball from Foden, looking around the corner there for De Bruyne. Good play though by Victor Lindelof. He's put his body on the line there. He's put his body on the line nicely there, Victor Lindelof, but the ball's been given away here to Bernardo Silva. Silva's trying to cut inside Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's nicked the ball back off Wan-Bissaka, who rolls it back to De Bruyne. Oh, there's a block in there, and it's just cannoned upwards. It comes out of the box to Rodri, who finds Cancelo, who finds Laporte, who's been fouled there by... what is netball? Is that an actual question, Anand? Is that an actual question? I am totally confused. He might kill me. He might knock me on the head. I cannot believe how much that got me. I can just imagine it, okay? Imagine, like, you know what I said about Redgate-Large. In the alphabet. Just remember, like, you sat in class, they're reading out what's it called? I came up with the word earlier. The list of people. I don't know why that's gone from my head. Registration. And they just go, where's ring? Oh, Bernardo Silva there on the half opportunity. Where's ring? Is it in your pocket, miss? Oh, God, that'd be brilliant. That's really tickled me. It's tickled me as well, Oliver. Love it, love it. Ah, God. Good stuff, good stuff. 48 minutes on the clock. Man City have come out of the blocks, firing on all fronts at the moment. Here's Jack Grealish, who rolls it into Kevin De Bruyne, who rolls it into Bernardo Silva. Here's João Cancelo into Bernardo Silva once again. Rolls it round the corner. De Bruyne finds Laporte. City moving the ball nicely and freely. Manchester United slowed off with the press at the moment. There was a long ball there looking for Riyad Mahrez in behind, and nearly a mistake there. And Phil Foden's done really well to shrug off Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Phil Foden, he tried. I think he was caught in two minds there. Fraser and Oliver are great mods. They most certainly are. And they're always in the stream as well. So big up to those guys. And of course, thank you, Curved, as well, for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm not sure if Foden meant to take a shot or cross there, if I'm honest with you. I think he got caught a little bit in two minds, but maybe he'll rue that one come the end of the game. Manchester United still in this game despite constant pressure since the start of this second half. Wan-Bissaka, lovely feet there for once to get away from Grealish, and he's played it off Grealish. And apparently, Apparently that's a throw-in for Manchester City. I thought he played that onto Grealish or Bernardo Silva. You are, Shrafter. You're always in the stream as well, so thank you to you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Bailey. Honestly, I totally lost it at one point there as well. I nearly regained the composure and then I just lost it. But we're back. We're composed. It's going to be, it's going to be a nice clip. I'm sure Josh will enjoy it. It is funny, Oliver. It most certainly is. Lovely ball clip there to find Kyle Walker, who's got a bit of space to gallop on into. He's got support from Phil Foden, Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez. Opts to go to Riyad Mahrez, who's going to try and take on Alex Telles. He cuts inside. Fred doubles up on Riyad Mahrez. He drops it off to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne has to come back to Laporte. Oh, and it's given the ball away there to Fred and flip round the corner. And Pogba's played a lovely ball there. Looking, what a tackle that is from João Cancelo. I thought Elanga was gone there. I wouldn't watch you if you weren't a good commentator. You and Josh are really good. Oh, thank you, Curved. I really appreciate that. Bruno Fernandes looking to knock that down the line there for Elanga again. Elanga's seeming to cause a few problems there. The City defence is quite wide, but I guess that comes with the territory, the way that they play at the moment. They seem to play with two high centre-halves who spread quite wide, and so Elanga just is starting to notice that, and unfortunately for him, the fullbacks of Manchester City and Walker and Cancelo aren't slouches at all. When Sam makes a movie, the credits will say, quote, ring ring. It most certainly will. Found it, Oliver. Good, Fraser. Afternoon, PAFC, lovely ball into, Bruno, He's played that too close to the keeper, that cross from Bruno Fernandes there. And Ederson might be able to unleash Kevin De Bruyne, who's going to try go the long way round Alex Telles, who's done well, actually, to get his body back in the way there against Kevin De Bruyne. Is there a weakness in this City team? That is a very good question, Curved. Is there a weakness? It's hard to say, because the glaringly obvious one is obviously, number one, the fact that they don't have a striker and the fact that they don't have a left back. But João Cancelo has been so good in that left back position this season that you can't justify saying it isn't. I really don't know. I guess the lack of depth at fullback is probably their main concern. Obviously, they've got Zinchenko on the bench, who maybe isn't at that level that João Cancelo and Kyle Walker are. So when someone does get injured, Manchester City are in a little bit of a problem. So I'd say it's probably a fullback, just for the depth of it, more so than anything else. But even then, you know, if one of them gets injured, say if Cancelo gets injured, Zinchenko comes in. If two of them get injured, then you can bring in Nathan Ake or play John Stones. So that would be my thing. It would probably be the depth at fullback. Of course, with one of them being in prison, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that. So, well, of course it's not going to help that. Why would it help that? What? Why did that come to my mind? Mahrez cuts in on his left foot. So that's where I would say. I'd probably say at fullback. I'd probably say fullback is the position that if they're going out to strengthen in the summer, which would be Man City, it would be. I like the way that they play with the false nine. I think it works nicely for them. And of course, the options that they have, because they can have Foden playing there, they can have Bernardo playing there, they can have De Bruyne playing there and transition the players around. I think that really helps. And so, whilst it is potentially a weakness that they don't have that out-and-out goal scorer, because they have so many goals that come from everywhere else, it is... Oh, Harry Maguire, good header to clear that one out. It might fall to Foden, bounces off Lindelof there and out for another corner. That would be my criticism, is the fullbacks, and like I say, the goals come from everywhere in this team. It makes it hard if you're a fantasy football addict like myself, but it's absolutely sensational to watch. Absolutely sensational to watch. Cancelo. Oh, my voice is going a little bit now because of all the excitement. Oh, he's giving the ball away there. Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box to Phil Foden. And Phil Foden's going to try roll one in there, and it's cleared eventually by, I think that was Alex Tellez on his right foot. Fraser, send it to me on Discord. Guys, if he bans ring, I'll have to say it another way. Exactly. Good game, this, says PAFC. It most certainly is. A lot more competitive than I must say I expected. Maguire is finished. How is he captain? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know who's going to be captain, though, of Manchester United if you take it away from Harry Maguire. Ronaldo, but apparently Ronaldo, the reason he's not playing today is something to do with his discipline rather than a injury, in inverted commas. So I don't know. I really don't know who would be the captain. Maybe you give it to Marcus Rashford, but he's not in good form. He doesn't play every game. And then maybe just David De Gea. I think David De Gea. And Curve saying, seriously, imagine winning the league without a striker. Madness. I know. I mean, well, there was a few seasons ago, actually, where they didn't play Gabriel Jesus much. And obviously, Aguero didn't play. I think it might have been last season, actually. Aguero didn't play too many times. Yes, they had two strikers there, but they didn't really use them. So it's very typical of... Oh, my voice is going. Very typical of Manchester City and Pep Guardiola as a coach to not play a striker. We saw it at Barcelona as well. He'd often play with a false nine there. De Bruyne to take this free kick, rolls it back to Mahrez, and Mahrez has blazed that one over. Can you think of any other teams that don't play with a recognised striker? I guess it depends on who you class as a recognised striker, because some people might tip that Benzema's maybe a bit more of a... potentially plays in a bit more of a false nine. I guess you could say Chelsea at the moment, when they don't play Lukaku, they do tend to play without a recognised striker. Arsenal don't have a striker. I mean, you have Lacazette, who's apparently got 7 assists, 1 goal. Liverpool, I'd say Liverpool probably don't have a recognised striker. I won't class Jota as a striker. But you have someone who is a recognised goal scorer, and I guess that's the difference. Whereas here, anyone can score. Anyone can score. Lovely flick round the corner there by Phil Foden into Bernardo Silva. Maguire comes across and clears this time. 57 minutes on the clock. I'm sure we'll see some subs. Arsenal have a striker but don't have a striker. They also got rid of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as well. And PAFC agrees with me. Technically Jota, yeah. Now there's Diaz. Now there's Firmino, really. Neither is Firmino. None of those players you would consider to be an out-and-out striker like an Haaland, Mbappe, Lukaku. Although, to be honest with you, I'm not sure you can say Lukaku is a striker at this rate. Kevin De Bruyne whips in this corner. Headed clear, though, by Manchester United. It might fall to Rodri at the edge of the box, and there's been a foul given away there by Laporte at the edge of the box. Who are Manchester United going to bring on? I think we need to see maybe a little bit of an injection of pace up front, but then how do you change the books? How do you balance the books, should I more say? And just as I say that, Marcus Rashford does come onto our screen, who is warming up. I'm intrigued to see, because I won't take off Sancho. I think Elanga's been good. He's been maybe a little bit quiet, but that pace has been causing a problem. So maybe Elanga is the man to come off. I think Bruno's been a little bit quiet, and so has Pogba in the second half specifically. You can see by that possession stat that's just popped onto my screen right now. In the first half, 60% possession, 40%. So obviously City dominating, but not completely dominating. In this second half, 74% has fallen to Manchester City. So City starting to almost move into second gear here. Lukaku is a striker if he wears an Inter jersey. Exactly. Oh, lovely ball there by Fred. Here's Elanga. Oh, João Cancelo nearly puts that into the back of his own net there. He looks calm as you like, but I'm sure he wasn't, as he made connection with that one. It pinged over the crossbar. Jeez, yeah, Lukaku's definitely a striker if he wears a Inter jersey. I can't believe in that game against Crystal Palace, he made, 7 touches in the whole game. I think I could do better than that. And I have knees that buckle all the time. I think I could do better than that. Haaland to stay in Europe, Sam. Mainland Europe, absolutely. I think he'll go to Real Madrid. I think what he'll do is curved. I think he'll look at how many transfers can he make in his career. And I think if he moves to maybe a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, I think more so Real Madrid, but they're obviously linked with Mbappe as well come the end of his contract. I think if he moves to Real Madrid, he's got the opportunity to make another move. But if you move to Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, more likely to be City, then the problem arises that actually Fred gets back there and just fouls Mahrez on the edge of the box, really, really close to the edge of the box there. Yeah, just on Haaland, I think if he moves to Real Madrid now, City, Manchester United, Chelsea, maybe, depending on how their takeover goes, will still have the money to be able to buy him in 3-4 years' time. However, if it ends up being that he moves to Manchester City now, he will be locked in a contract until pretty much he's 28, 29, and then when the end of the contract comes, he will then be let free. Unless he does some sort of Inaki Williams 13-year contract thing, which is absolutely mental. If you haven't heard about that, Google it. It's mental. 7 touches and one of them was from kickoff. That's outstanding, Anand. Don't understand Lukaku this season. There's been a few games where he has shone and shown his class, but lots of games he's been ghosting. Like that first game against Arsenal. How good was he against Arsenal in that first game, Romelu Lukaku? He was brilliant. He showed what he can bring to the table. But here we go. We have his Belgian teammate, Kevin De Bruyne, over a free kick, about maybe a little bit too close to get it up and over, but it's about 20 yards out here. Riyad Mahrez is also over this. It looks like it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne through the wall. Oh, into the hands of David De Gea there. That was a really strange camera angle they gave me for that. I couldn't tell if it got in. Hence why I went through the wall, and all of a sudden, nothing happened. But a different one. Definitely a different one. Here's Wan-Bissaka, though, as Manchester United try to get themselves a foothold back into this game. Lovely ball there from McTominay, and a lovely switch from Pogba to find Elanga, who's just switched out onto this left-hand side at the moment. Elanga cuts in. Oh, he's giving the ball away, though. Elanga has Anthony Elanga. And De Bruyne, cynically fouled there by Harry Maguire. Really cynically fouled. Sam, can I upload that clip to the... Yeah, absolutely. Do whatever you fancy with it. Shrafter just said he's making a Sam Redgate-Large clips channel. That would be the most boring thing on the planet. That's pretty much what my my TikTok is. Sam on Instagram, I'm Oliver. I'll DM you it. Thank you. If you send me it on my blog account, Oliver, just because sometimes I don't get the notifications on my main account because it goes in, if I haven't followed someone, if it's not come up like that they've followed me, and because I don't use Instagram overly that much, it'll go into my requests and then I won't see it, and then all of a sudden I've got like 5 message requests and I'm like, oh, hello. But thank you. Lukaku played well without the fans in the stadium. Yeah, when he hasn't got people booing him constantly. John Stones, lovely ball there. Oh, I thought that was going to be a peach of a ball there by Tommy Shelby. And here comes the Manchester United backup brigade. Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford. A little bit harsh there for me to call him the backup brigade. Oh, your blog account. All right, no worries. Thank you. Thank you. And then I'll follow you on that one as well. It just gets a little bit lost in my personal account sometimes. Elanga is coming off for Jesse Lingard. And then I'm intrigued that actually Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford are coming on. I don't know who this second substitution will be. I can't see it being for Sancho. That being said, I've said stranger things, and it's Paul Pogba coming off. I thought Pogba had quite a good game, if I'm honest with you. I thought Pogba had quite a good game, but Marcus Rashford comes on. Manchester United through and through, and he will go through the middle. So now United have a little bit more of a regular shape to them. Rashford through the middle. I'm assuming it will stay with Sancho off the left, Lingard off the right. Excuse me, and Bruno. Oh God, I keep hiccuping at the moment. Bruno in central attacking midfield. Pogba doesn't look overly happy to have been subbed off there. I thought he had quite a good performance in that first half. Juan Mata still sat on the bench, of course. I always forget that Juan Mata's still at Manchester United. What a player he was at Chelsea. Chelsea definitely got the best out of him. Second half attempts, United yet to have an attempt in this second half. Wan-Bissaka does well, Fred does better, and McTominay tries to find Jesse Lingard for his first touch, but it's ended up coming back at him, and here is Kevin De Bruyne at the edge of the box. De Bruyne drops it off to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez sees Jack Grealish over the other side of the box. Here is Jack Grealish, who's going to try square up with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Here is João Cancelo. Down the line to Bernardo Silva. Back to João Cancelo. Man City just being patient. They don't have to rush this now. Bear in mind, they are still 2-1 up. But Cancelo does well to keep that on the pitch. Oh, nope. Linesman says not. You can upload it if you would like, Shrafter. That is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Wan-Bissaka on the throw-in, looking for Rashford. Rashford's yet to have his first touch for Rashford or Lingard at the moment. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash this like button and do subscribe as well. Surely the ring situation, surely that at least deserves a like on this stream. Surely it does. That was too good. Too good. Rodri finds Walker. Walker tries to skip by Alex Telles there, and he's read him completely. And Alex Telles is going to look for the ball to Jesse Lingard. And can Lingard get that down? Oh, Cancelo, man. A lovely recovery run there from João Cancelo. Brilliant, brilliant play. You typically tend to see them from Kyle Walker on the opposite side, not João Cancelo. He's absolutely showed him a clean pair of heels there, Jesse Lingard. He's done really well, the Portuguese fullback. After Wan-Bissaka, after Walker had lost it initially. Thank you. I will check it. My phone's died, but I will check it. Bernardo Silva comes deep to collect, drops it off to Riyad Mahrez, who finds Rodri. Here's KDB. He's playing for Man City. He didn't make it at Chelsea. Here's Jack Grealish. He's going to roll it out to João Cancelo. Cancelo tries to put a ball across the box, and it's well read by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And here we go. We've got another corner for Manchester City. 67 minutes on the clock. United yet to really get out of their half in this second half. It's been 20 minutes of hell for Manchester United. Can they do something? Can they hit them on the counter-attack from this corner? Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden. I still don't understand that technique. To let two people take it. It's whipped in. It's going to fall to the edge of the box by Mahrez. Oh, what a finish that is from Riyad Mahrez. That was delightful. Riyad Mahrez, take a bow. What a finish from Riyad Mahrez. Absolutely fantastic. He's caught it beautifully on the half volley at the edge of the box. Some techers on that one. Some absolute techers on that one. And Riyad Mahrez makes it 3-1. And that is game over, I do believe. Game over for Manchester United. What a lovely strike. Right into that bottom corner. Did not stand a chance there. Did not stand a chance there, David De Gea. And he's fuming at his defenders. Another goal that has come from poor defending from Manchester United. All 3 goals, United, their man has just been unmarked. Clever play from Rodri to block off Jesse Lingard, who had spotted, I think it might have been Lingard, it might have been Sancho actually, I didn't quite catch that. But whoever it was had spotted him, and clever play from Rodri, who had just blocked off the player as he was coming in. But Riyad Mahrez, on the 68th minute, does... Is it 68th or is it 69th? Oh, 68th. Oh, boo. Mahrez. Right, there we are. And that is Riyad Mahrez. Lovely, lovely finish. Mahrez is the definition of techers. He most certainly is. He's an absolute baller, Riyad Mahrez. Oh, 124 quid. That'll look nice in your bank account. That'll look nice in your bank account. I could do with that. I just bought myself a new watch, so I could definitely do with that. That would have covered it nicely. I'm trying to get this score thing at the bottom now onto the screen. Can you see that nicely? Not quite. So let me make this a little bit smaller. Here you go. Manchester City once again up the field. They don't look like they're done. They want to embarrass Manchester United at the moment. They definitely want to embarrass them. Alright, that'll do. That'll have to do. I can't quite get it to... You collect watches. That's very cool. Very cool, Curved. What's the nicest watch you've got? Rashford breaks free. He's breaking free. Rashford cuts inside. Can he cut back? Oh, he tries to cut inside and outside on his right foot. Tries to break a little bit of room. Why's that badge just gone so small? He tries to make a little bit of room for himself there, and it was good defending in the end, I believe, by John Stones, who just managed to nip the ball and get himself in there. Let me move this over slightly this way. There we are. That looks a little bit better. Mahrez, the most underrated player in the league. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Riyad Mahrez, for a number of years as well. Since that season, that breakthrough season, really, where Leicester won the league. He's been brilliant. And I'm sure if you look at his stats, I was just going to look at my phone, but it's dead. I'm sure if you look at his stats per season, I'm pretty certain his return has been brilliant for goals and assists. I'm pretty certain it's been a brilliant return for Riyad Mahrez. He's definitely a player who I have loved. I wanted him at Chelsea when he was looking to leave Leicester City, but he only had one place on his mind, and that was Manchester City. And what a brilliant goal that was today. Riyad Mahrez potentially comes under a little bit of criticism for potentially ghosting in some games, but he is brilliant. Why did I think Manchester United would have a chance? I don't know. I thought they did as well, but 3-1 Manchester City, 20 minutes left. Will United spark something? I don't know. Deluded Manchester United fans will still find a way to blame Cristiano Ronaldo for this. I have a vintage Omega, Sam. Ooh, let me have a look. Let me have a Google. Let's have a Google. Oh, okay. Why is my tab not opening? Sounds nice though. God, I love a nice vintage watch, haven't you? Nice, that looks. Some of those look really classy. Just googling, some of those look really classy. I'm sure that you seem like a man of great taste, Curve. So I'm sure that is the case. Oliver, do me a favour, and if we get you in the semi-final, and we give you the FA Cup semis and final, lol. I wonder who's going to be semi-finals. I don't know. Omega Constellation. Let me have a look. Let me have a gander. Here goes Jack Grealish as he moves the ball forward. He's going to roll it into De Bruyne. Here is Riyad Mahrez again. Good save. Patted away there by David De Gea. Mahrez does not look done. And if it wasn't for David De Gea, I tell you what, they'd be out of it, wouldn't they? they'd be out of it, Manchester United. Oh, that looks really nice curves. That looks really nice. You can do whatever you want, Shafter. Thank you. Walker. Into João Cancelo. Jack Grealish. Imagine Everton go down and win the FA Cup. Wigan did that. Wigan did that against Manchester City, actually. And that was probably more of a shock than Everton. At least we know. Oliver, stop. Okay, stop. I'm not wealthy, Sam. Wish I was. I know, me too. It would be nice, especially at this current moment in time. I should probably put another light on in here, but my green screen's going a bit funny. But oh well. Manchester City have another opportunity here from a free kick in a wide position. Mahrez and Kevin De Bruyne. Again, the two players over. Weird how Mahrez isn't over the corners, but he is for the free kicks. Just an observation there. Oh, he's gone straight through, and McTominay there had to be on his toes there. I don't think he was quite expecting it. And lovely ball there from Lingard to try and unleash Bruno Fernandes, but his attitude looks... I don't know if anyone else has thought this about Bruno Fernandes today, but his attitude looks all wrong. He looks a little bit quiet, doesn't he? A little bit quiet, doesn't he? Bruno Fernandes. I wonder what's going on. We know there's been rumours, haven't we? We know there's been rumours with Manchester United of things happening behind the scenes and moaning about Ragnick and saying I still can't pronounce that man's name. Rangnick. With Ralph. There's been problems, but I do wonder to what extent these rumours are true and to what extent they are made up, because especially with Bruno today, he looks so far off it. We didn't used to see that under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Maybe sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side, eh? Maybe sometimes the grass isn't greener. Laporte into Rodri. United putting a bit of a press on, but I don't know if you can class it as a press if it's just Marcus Rashford lackadaisically running around. De Bruyne back into Rodri. A little bit of a short pass there. Bruno could have got onto it, but he's putting on a bit of a press now. He's like a 60% jog. It's not really too much of a press, too much urgency about it. John Stones, plenty of time. Walker plays it back to Rodri. Rodri finds De Bruyne, and De Bruyne's in a massive pocket of space here as he finds Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is going to move the ball forward here and carry it forward. He's carried it 40 yards already here, Jack Grealish, and he rolls it out wide to João Cancelo, and Cancelo's dribbled that out of play. If my eyes haven't deceived me. Yeah, my green screen's going funny because it's getting darker. How on earth do you say? I don't know, Fraser. I don't know. I've tried to say it multiple times, but I can't get. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Rangnick. That's how it's spelt. Rangnick. Let's see what United can do. Final 13 minutes here on the clock. Manchester City 3, Manchester United 1. It was a good start from Manchester City with a goal from Kevin De Bruyne, who drifted into a lovely little bit of space. And then Manchester United equalised with a fantastic goal from Jadon Sancho. But De Bruyne, jogging on the spot, right place at the right time, once again tucked home a second to take it 2-1 at half-time. And then in this second half, it's really been all Manchester City. And following a delightful volley from the edge of the box, half volley, should I say, from the edge of the box, Riyad Mahrez did make Manchester City 3-1 up against Manchester United, and that is where we are at the moment with 12 minutes left on the clock. João Cancelo rolls it back to Bernardo Silva. City just have all the time in the world here. Should I go in Josh's chat and say ring ring? Oliver said he's going to try and convince Kelly. So, can't wait. Can't wait. I can't wait for Kelly to dislike us. Because we said ring ring. Laporte. Very easy now for Manchester City. I think United are just playing the time out. To be honest with you, I thought there'd be a little bit more urgency going into these final few minutes, because you'd like to think a team such as Manchester United would want to, you know, try and get two goals isn't unheard of, especially, you know, against your arch rival in a local derby. Anything can happen, but it just seems a bit slow. Fred's done well though there to nick the ball back, and Bruno, mate, what are you doing? He's in a world of his own. Bruno Fernandes. Off comes... Who's number 17? Let me work it out. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne comes off and Gundogan comes on. No hat-trick for Kevin De Bruyne tonight, but still a very good performance, and Gundogan does take over duties as captain as well. A very good performance from Kevin De Bruyne, right where you needed him at the right time. Some exceptional long passes as well, created lots of opportunities, and of course 2 goals for him on the night in the Manchester derby. Just what he needed and just what the captain would have wanted to have done for his side today. Of course, vice captain with Fernandinho on the bench. Bernardo Silva drops it into Riyad Mahrez. I still find it strange that Chelsea's vice-captain is Jorginho. I still find that one strange. Not as strange as when Kante had the armband the other day. That was really strange. Afternoon, Shah. How are we doing? Probably not very well considering the scoreline. João Cancelo plays it down the line, rolls it into Jack Grealish. Hopefully you can't hear my tummy rumble in there. Why do I never get your notifications when you're live? I don't know, Shah. You just need to pay attention. That's what you need to do. You've missed an absolute corker of a what do you call it? Of a clip as well. You have missed an absolute corker of a clip. I'm sure you'll get Oliver to send it to you. Lovely ball there by Bernardo Silva. Walker runs in behind. He's seen Cancelo at the edge of the box. João Cancelo! Oh my gosh, that was nearly beautiful from João Cancelo. He went for the acrobatic. And it was a fantastic save by David De Gea. I was nearly moments away from running around this room. If João Cancelo had scored that, I would have just said, you know what, best fullback on the planet. Can't hear City from down here, says Schrafter. Is that a burn on yourself? I'm sorry, Liverpool fans, but City are winning the league. Liverpool and City still have to play. So provided that Liverpool at the moment can at least go match Manchester City, this isn't the end of it. Don't you worry. This isn't the end of the title race. It's going to go down to the 4th of April, I do believe. And hopefully I can get a stream for that. Oh, dispossessed there. Bruno Fernandes, he dispossessed, I think it was John Stones. And he felt that actually he'd not given away a foul, but referee disagreed with him. Oh, that was nearly sensational from João Cancelo. The audacity and the cheek from João Cancelo there to give that one a go. The audacity, the cheek of it. Oh my gosh. 10 games left. Yeah, it's still in it. Liverpool have a game in hand, Shah, which will be 3 points behind. And one of those games as well they've got in that 10 games is Manchester City. So it's definitely still there. My birthday is the day United play Leicester. I mean, birthday loss for you then by the sounds of things. City just winding down time here. Just gradually winding down the time. Rodri into Mahrez. Let me know, guys, who is your man of the match been for today? Who is your man of the match been? We're coming to that sort of time. Once again, there's been some good Manchester City performances across the pitches. Oh, Bernardo Silva nearly with a really, really lovely run there, and Phil Foden tried to nick it back. Here goes Marcus Rashford. Can Rashford outrun John Stones there. It's a little bit clumsy from Marcus Rashford, and he's never outrunning Kyle Walker at the end of the day. What is different about Discord, anyone? I guess Discord's just a bit more slim, like a bit more streamlined, if you know what I mean. It's very easy to use once you get to using it. It's just very easy, and obviously it is like a messaging service, almost like your classic MSNs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things that is really sort of convenient from what I can work out from the young lads. I have an account, but I don't quite know how to get back onto it, which is my problem at the moment. So I just have people who message me on random platforms, and obviously for those guys who maybe don't have social medias, if you're not old enough, Discord's a perfect way as well to connect with your friends, and of course connect with others as well, because I believe Josh is on there, and you can chat to them, and you can and people won't know that you're on there. You can have a username such as like Curved Glass, and then you don't have to put anything on there. We just know it's for you. Curved Discord, you could have like groups, chats, personal, and DMs. Yeah, it's very, very convenient. Very convenient. João Cancelo with a throw in here. Into Foden. Cancelo tries to put it back down the line there, and Foden already on his way down. Nothing really curved. It's just better for texting and sending stuff. Yeah, pretty much. But there are other messaging services. This is not sponsored by Discord. 5 minutes left. Right, who is going to be my man of the match? Bernardo Silva distracted me with a lovely run. So, my man of the match, I'm going to go with... it's got to be Kevin De Bruyne, hasn't it? It's got to be Kevin De Bruyne. It's not really been vintage Kevin De Bruyne, has it? Not like the goal we saw him score against Chelsea early on in the season. It's not been vintage Kevin De Bruyne, but... the awareness to get into those spaces, only Kevin De Bruyne, and maybe Lionel Messi can drift into those spaces unmarked and find the room. So definitely got to be De Bruyne today. His 2 goals of what really have sealed the deal for Manchester City. Riyad Mahrez with a fantastic strike as well. But other than that, he's been quite quiet actually. Riyad Mahrez, but a lovely finish from him. Another corner for Manchester City. Little Phil's going to whip one in towards that front post. It might fall to Bernardo Silva at the edge of the box. It's blocked by, I believe that was Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Mahrez rolls it back down the line again to Bernardo Silva. Here is Riyad Mahrez. This is too easy now for Manchester City. No pressure on them whatsoever. United just don't look like they're playing for the manager whatsoever. His goal is down. There's nothing else to watch, so I can't even watch one of the most entertaining derbies. I didn't say it, but watch Total Sportec. Although, that being said, didn't you get a virus from that last time? But I'm on it this time. Just put an ad blocker on your computer, and you can use pretty much anything. Not that I am saying to use that. Bernardo Silva dribbles into a little bit of space. Riyad Mahrez cuts in and out. Name a more iconic duo than Riyad Mahrez and a fake shot. Jack Grealish. Gundogan. Are they going to up the tempo for the final 4 minutes here? They don't need to, though. That's the thing. And United aren't pressing them. United aren't really pressing them. Oh, lovely ball into João Cancelo there from Rodri. The touch wasn't good, though. The first touch from João Cancelo. He's going to whip one in towards the back post once again. It's a good touch there by Bernardo Silva to get it back to Phil Foden. It looks like a training game for him. It really does in these final 5 minutes. You wouldn't have thought it's a Manchester derby. You would not have thought it's a Manchester derby. What's your best watch, Sam? Well, I don't actually have that many watches. I'm not really too much of a big watch guy. So I bought myself a smartwatch today, which is very good. Need to get it set up properly, though, because my 10K time was really, really quick, and I don't think it was quite correct, because I know roughly what times you run it in. But my brother's got a few nice watches, but I don't know what it is for me. I just never really watched. Never really worn watches that much. I had one, and I just didn't really wear it, and so I just let the battery die on it, if you know what I mean. I'm sure I should dig it out from somewhere. And like I had the offer when I turned 18 to get a watch. Obviously, they go really nicely with suits. Some nice watches do. But yeah, that's just it's, I don't know. Maybe now that I've got my smartwatch though, maybe I'll wear it a little bit better. Lovely interchange there between Foden, Gundogan and Mahrez, and Gundogan whips it in, and here is Mahrez. How has he hit that from behind him? I don't know. It falls to Jack Grealish. Grealish sets it out to the edge of the box. Here's Rodri. Rodri sits down Fred into Jack Grealish. Grealish pulls it across the box. Gundogan. Oh, he's put it wide. Sam, I think you won the Champions League again this year. Well, it's not all me, is it? It's not all me, Shah, is it? It's not quite all me. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Chelsea are a very good cup side. They just can't quite replicate the form in the league. But I don't think they'll quite win it. I think they'll go a long way. I'm expecting, my expectation is unfortunately minimum of semis, because especially with that draw against Lille, it all depends on who we get in that next round though. Wouldn't want to come up against City or Liverpool over two legs. Unfortunately, Shah, I don't think you can. I just turn off notifications when I do that. We've got like a minute left. Let me know your man of the matches if you have been watching. Like I said, mine's gone to KDB. Maybe a little bit boring, but he has scored 2 goals today. And he's created them, really, hasn't he? He's created them from nothing, if you will. City have played well. City have played really well. Looking forward to going to watch them against Sporting in midweek, of course. I think it's going to be a load of under-18s playing for Manchester City. Oh, lovely ball from Gundogan, and Mahrez is in! And is that 2-0? No, it's offside. Flag comes up. There's a lovely ball from Gundogan. I'm sure VAR will give it a second glance, but it did look a little bit offside there from Riyad Mahrez. Just timed his run slightly off. Good play, though, by Gundogan to drop that ball in. Let's just watch it again. Yeah, he's off. He's half a body off. But yeah, like I say, looking forward to seeing Manchester City in midweek. I'll be intrigued to see. We know Pep, he likes to sort of, no matter what it is, David De Gea should do better with that. I'm sorry, he should. Getting a fire stick for watching Prem games and the delay, because if you're not watching it, are they going to put this as onside? He's definitely offside. If that is onside, I tell you what, I'm going to be really, really pissed off. If they give that as onside, Lukaku is onside against Liverpool in that Carabao Cup final. He's not kicked the ball yet. He's not kicked the ball. There. He's offside. You can see his shoulder. No way. Are they going to give this? Are they going to give this? His shoulder's offside. If you give Lukaku offside, that is offside. Oh my God. Are they actually going to give this? They need to have consistency with this. Onside! Are you kidding me? How is that? That's exactly the same as Romelu Lukaku. How have you given that as onside? What? Are you joking me? You have got to be joking me. It's the same as Mane yesterday. It's the same as Lukaku the other day. How have you... There needs to be consistency. Mahrez has scored. It's 4-1. But that is shambolic. This just adds to this frustration coming from that cup final. It's exactly the same as Mahrez yesterday. Mane yesterday. Mahrez today. It's the same thing as Lukaku the other day. Chelsea have been utterly robbed with that, and you cannot change my mind now at all. We have seen 3 occasions over the last week of very similar instances, and apparently Lukaku's offside because of his arm. Mahrez's arm was definitely offside there. 100%. This shoulder was offside, but they've given it. Be consistent with the way that you're giving stuff. because it isn't fair. It isn't fair. I don't like to think that maybe VAR has an agenda, but that is very, very blatant that there is a difference there between the decisions made for Chelsea and the decisions that have been made for Liverpool and Manchester City in the last few days. It's not going to make an effect on this game, but it's exactly the same thing that lost Chelsea a Carabao Cup final. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful, if you ask me. It's exactly that. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I agree with you, Shah. I agree. It's bonkers. How can you give that if you don't give the one for Lukaku the other day? I don't get it. What I don't understand, I'm not doubting, okay, that is onside. For me, it should be onside. But if you are going to give that one, you've got to give Lukaku's the other day. Same with Mane's yesterday. All pretty much the same instance. All pretty much the same. Barring slight adjustments, of course, of how they were playing. That is full time, though. That is full time. And apologies for that little rant, because it's just really irritated me, that has. It's really irritated me because there is no consistency with the way that VAR is working there. No consistency. But don't take that away from a fantastic Manchester City performance today. Manchester United, for the second half, were poor. They were really, really poor. Really poor in that second half. First half, they were decent. They were okay. We'll give it them. You know, they got themselves a good goal. They looked like they were in it. De Bruyne, okay, you can say from a Manchester United perspective that they were lucky that De Bruyne was in those two good pieces of space. But Mane should have been... See, a Liverpool fan, thank you, Fraser. Mane should have been off if Lukaku is off. Exactly. We need the consistency. We need the consistency. I don't think any of these are offside. But we need the consistency, because at the end of the day, whilst this one won't have affected the game yesterday, that one definitely affected the game, and last weekend that one affected the game as well. And so it is bonkers to me that you can say that they're all different. But Sam City pay the officials wouldn't surprise me, would not surprise me. But that being said, I'm off there on Wednesday, so they definitely don't. Just before I get booted out of the City Stadium. The City Stadium? The Etihad, that's it. It used to be the City Stadium, didn't it? But that is it. That is 4-1. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. Let me know. Fraser singing they get battered everywhere they go. Liverpool fans wanted United to win so they can have a chance to win the league. They've still got a chance to win the league. Don't get me wrong, today a result would have been even better for them, but with their game in hand, they'll be 3 points behind if they win, of course, big if, but if they win, they will be 3 points behind, which does lend itself to the 4th of April being a really, really important game between Liverpool and Manchester City. And who knows, it might go down to a hair once again, like it did a few seasons ago when John Stones cleared that one off the line. But really, really entertaining match, I must say. A brilliantly entertaining match, especially that first half. The first half was brilliant. The first half was truly, truly brilliant. And second half, Manchester City showed their class. They just stopped Manchester United from working, kept hold of the ball, and did very, very well. God, I shouldn't go for a run before I do one of these streams. Crikey. But let's leave it there then, ladies and gents. I really do hope you have enjoyed this stream. It's been fun. We've had some good banter and, of course, a few rages from me as well. So some good banter, brilliant stuff. Good to see a good competitive game as well today. A lot better in that first half, specifically than I thought it was going to be. But I'm going to leave you guys there. Do be sure, try and keep your eyes peeled for stuff in midweek. I don't know how much I'm going to have. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. This week, I am really busy at work. Next Saturday, I am also working, so the likelihood of there being a stream next Saturday is going to be minimal. I've only got Sunday off work. I'm working 6 days this week. But then we do have a weekend. The weekend after, where I've got a few days off, so maybe I can prep some content, whatever it may be. Bit of a longer weekend, but I really do hope you guys have enjoyed this, and like I say, do be sure to stick around, smash that like button if you have enjoyed, as much as myself, if you've enjoyed this game as much as myself. I appreciate those guys who've stuck around, Curve, Shah, Shafter, whoever you are, in Oliver, Fraser, whoever you are, who's kicking around in the chat. I really do appreciate the support on this. So I will leave you there, guys. Thank you for watching, and most importantly, guys, stay safe. Cheers!